Hello and welcome to today's video. Today is the 20 products from 20 brands in hopefully under 20 minutes video. I think the person who created this video idea was Jen Luvs Reviews, or Jen from Jen Luvs Reviews. I'll have her information linked below. I'm gonna try to go through these in the order in which I would apply them, or most people might apply these products to your face. Also, while I haven't tried every makeup product in the world, and even I probably haven't tried a majority of products that these lines offer, I did make sure that I pulled items or pulled brands that I know I've tried more than one thing from that brand. So let's get started. First up, when I think of NYX, I know they have so many products, but my favorite NYX product is this this is their Hydra Touch primer. And this primer, if you are looking for a hydrating, kind of smooth feeling primer, this is it. It goes on kind of like that and super smooth, it feels so good. So in the winter, especially when my skin gets particularly dry, this is a necessary step for me. Absolutely love this primer. Next up, I have another primer, and this is from the brand Soap and Glory. And I'm gonna brag on this primer for a little bit. This is the One Heck of a Blot. I think I was holding it upside down. One Heck of a Blot primer. And this primer gives you a little bit of pore refining or pore filling effect, but mostly I have to say that out of all, I struggle with an oily T-zone, and out of all the products I've ever tried in order to combat that, this is the only one that I found that works. So if you're looking for a good mattifying primer, this is pretty dang good. Next up, I have CoverGirl. And for me, CoverGirl has a lot of hit-and-miss products, but this one is one that I absolutely adore. This is my Vitalist Healthy Elixir Foundation. Hopefully it's gonna focus one day. And I think that it's medium coverage, and it gives like a nice natural finish. It doesn't look too dewy, it doesn't look too matte. It actually does make my skin look healthy, and I appreciate it. I'm not wearing this foundation today, so don't judge this, but I really enjoy this foundation. Very, very good. And next up, I'm gonna talk about IT Cosmetics. And for me, the product that I enjoy most from them is their CC cream. And to me, this is one that I don't do without. Like, if I know I'm going outside, this is the foundation that I pack for every vacation. You can obviously see it's pretty dang loved by me. Every vacation that we go on, this is what goes with me. If I know I'm gonna be out in the sun all day, this is what goes with me. Now, I don't only use this for the SPF of it, but it gives such great coverage for having such a high SPF. And so yeah, if you need something that always wear sunscreen, but if you need something that you just want that extra level of kind of insurance to make sure you protect your face, this is such a good high coverage product. Next up, let's talk about Tarte. And to me, Tarte is a brand that I've tried a good amount of their products, but I have to say I dislike their eyeshadows so much. But this guy here, and this guy gives a lot of hype on YouTube. This is the Tarte Shape Tape, and this thing is legit. If you need concealer that gives you coverage, this is it. This is it. It is a little bit drying, but I think there are things that you can do to fix that, namely good primers. Sometimes when I need that extra hydration, I'll just use this under my eye, or there are other concealers that maybe are a little bit too emollient, or there are under eye primers that exist. But this guy, when I'm really tired and my bags are very there, this guy is one I always reach for, and I really enjoy the Tarte Shape Tape. I wish I didn't, because it's kind of high in price, but you do get a good amount of products, so that is that. Now, Maybelline. I know I'm jumping high-end, low-end, or drugstore, high-end drugstore, but that's okay. Maybelline. I've tried a ton of Maybelline products, but my favorite thing I've ever tried from Maybelline is the Fit Me Loose setting powder. This is magnificent. Really, really, really good setting powder. I really like a loose powder, and I think it actually gives you a little bit of coverage without looking cakey, and it sets Everything blends really well over the top. I just really enjoy this product so much. Now, moving on to another drugstore brand is Milani. And Milani is, they're a brand that I'm very drawn to, but there are things that I've tried from them that I'm like, I get underwhelmed by. But this is one that I have to say is a pretty daggum good product. This is the Prep Set and Glow Powder, and it's a pressed powder, which isn't my favorite form of setting powder, but I have to say the fact that I'm putting this in this video means something. So this, for the winter time for me, is a must. It is a wonderful setting powder, super smooth, and in the winter when my skin is a little bit more dry and I'm struggling with making sure that I still look a little lifelike, this is one that I reach for a ton to set my face, and just gives like a nice healthy sheen, whereas the Fit Me powder is going to make me look a little bit more matte. This is a little bit more lightweight, and so yeah, really good powder if you're looking for something in that range. Next up, Becca. Becca is a brand that I'm so drawn to, and this product here that I've picked is one that I'm actually surprised that I reach for the most out of the Becca products that I own. And this is the Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Moonstone, and I think I bought this kind of on a whim, just like it was on sale and I was more curious, didn't need it, but I have been so pleasantly surprised by this. It is the most smooth highlight. So if you want to use it as a liquid highlight, it's gorgeous. Very nice sheen, not glittery in the least, but to me, I don't use it as a liquid highlight. I use this, I mix this into my moisturizer, I mix it into foundation. Sometimes I'll just put it on my skin under foundation, but like as a primer by itself. And this thing is gorgeous. Not to mention that you get 1.7 fluid ounces in this. That is so much product. Really good deal if you can get it on sale, which usually they put this on sale, you know, at least a couple times a year at Ulta from what I've seen. Really good product, really, I think, underrated from Becca, and they have so many nice products. I think this is one that's really underrated. Going to another drugstore, I'm going to talk about ColourPop, and to me, I love ColourPop. It's probably one of my favorite brands, but to me, my favorite products I've ever tried from ColourPop are their their Super Shock Cheek highlights. This shade here is Wisp, and this is the one I'm wearing today, but honestly, I have Wisp, Flexitarian, and Lunch Money, and I think Lunch Money is my favorite out of the three that I own, but this is one that I have been pulling for my Shop My Stash for the month of June. And I mean, if you are looking for a highlight that's going to look, it meshes with your skin so well because it is a cream to powder formula, so it just looks so nice and beautiful and almost wet, but not trying too hard. I don't know, it's so beautiful. I love these highlights so freaking much. Another brand, let's go high end this time, is Laura Geller. And I've tried a couple products from Laura Geller, but the product that I am just head over heels in love with is their highlight, these little baked gelato swirl highlights is what they're called. This shade here is Diamond Dust, and again, I got this on a whim at Ulta because I had a coupon for obviously the little sample size, like buy anything, get the sample size free. And this was my first duochrome highlighter that I ever purchased. And I am smack me in the face, I'm in love with this product. I love this formula. I haven't purchased any more of this formula yet because I have so many other products to work on. But this is a formula that I could definitely see myself in the future, far, far in the future. If I only owned these formulas, but multiple shades in this formula, I wouldn't complain because this is a gorgeous, beautiful highlight, and this shade Diamond Dust actually is my favorite. Very beautiful. Now, let's jump back down to drugstore and Essence. So for me, Essence, I tried a lot from the brand, obviously, because it's a lot. It's so easy to try because everything's so affordable. And I was shocked at how good this product is. This is their Satin Touch blushes. This one here is in the shade Satin Love. And I regret not also grabbing satin coral because these things are they're very pigmented without being too, I do not like overly pigmented blushes. I prefer to be able to build the color a little bit, and this is gorgeous. It gives a little bit of sheen. I am wearing this today. It's a little bit of sheen, not too much. It just looks really healthy on your cheeks, not to mention that the shade is so neutral and beautiful, so easy to wear, very, very gorgeous. Next up, let's go to Too Faced. And Too Faced is, for me, this one was one that also surprised me. This was something that I picked up at TJ Maxx, just kind of curious about it. And I am really shocked at how much I love this product. So it smells delicious, you can probably guess now. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. This is what mine looks like. To me, the color of this bronzer is spectacular. I find that it is not too warm, not too cool. This is a shade for me that when I wear it, I don't need to contour, I don't need to work any more to get my cheeks more defined. This is a beautiful bronzer, beautiful. And not to mention that it smells like freaking chocolate. Oh, it's delicious. So yeah, this is a really great product. And then going to drugstore again, Physicians Formula. And I know this is probably not going to surprise anyone, but I have to mention the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I have almost panned the original shade. This shade I just opened up. This is the shade Deep Bronzer, and I've been using it for the past week, and I have to say I am so pleasantly surprised by it. I knew I'd like the formula, but I was worried that the shade would not work for me. I love this shade more than I like the original shade, and I didn't think that would happen. So I am wearing this bronzer today, and I think it's buildable. It's got such a beautiful, healthy sheen to it. It's stunning. I like the smell of it. And so if you're kind of like my skin tone, like honestly, now I live in Sweden right now, and the spring/summer here is very bright and shiny, and the sun is out all the time. And so I'm getting more sun, even though I'm like wearing SPF like crazy. I still manage to get sun on long days, and my regular original butter bronzer is too dark for me, and this guy is my lifesaver right now because I'm able to use this no issue. Now let's move on to Benefit. And for me, Benefit is all about the brow products, and my favorite brow product happens to be the Benefit Ka-Brow Pomade, and I think it's a wonderful pomade. It lasts for freaking ever. I've been working on this particular jar for over 2 years, I want to say. I've had to rehydrate it with some oil recently, but oh my goodness, if it just still isn't kicking. So great, if you're looking for brows, Benefit is such a good brand. Now let's move into lip products, and then I will jump into, I'll save the best for last, which is eyeshadow. So for the next brand, let's talk about Buxom. And to me, I've tried a ton of Buxom lip products, not a lot of face products. I'm interested to try face products in the future. And I love Buxom lip glosses, I love Buxom lipsticks, but to me, the thing that I always find myself wanting to buy more of from Buxom is their plump line liners. I have the shades Dolly Danger, Hush Hush, I'm wearing Hush Hush today, and Incognito. And I know some people complain that these pencils are too thick, but to me, they're perfect. They're creamy, but not too creamy. They're not too stiff. I don't struggle getting a good line, I think. So these are such good products. To me, I just love the formula. I think they're super comfortable. I could see myself eventually only having Buxom lip liners, and I would be very happy. Now let's hop back down to drugstore and let's talk about L'Oreal. And L'Oreal is a brand that I've tried quite a bit from, and I have to say, I'm so in love with their lip products. Now, I'm gonna throw in a bonus item here, and this is my recent purchase from L'Oreal. This is still the color Riche line, but this is a matte lipstick from them in the shade Madly in Love. And I've featured this in a couple videos now. This is 102 Madly in Love, and it is a gorgeous red that leans berry orange. So it's technically still the color Riche line, but these from the color Riche line are my favorites, absolute favorites. So these are the color Riche shines, and I have the shades Varnished Rosewood and Glossy Fawn. Hold on, I'm gonna awkwardly swatch them and show you the swatches. I'm the worst at swatches, so hopefully you can see those there. I love those shades. I'm actually wearing Glossy Fawn over the top of Hush Hush today, and then I put a little bit of gloss on top too. Moving up, staying in the lip family, moving to another brand that starts with an L is Lorac. And I'm surprised that I'm reaching for these particular products, but I thought about it like probably too much. And my favorite things that I've tried from L'Oreal, I've tried a ton of eyeshadow, but I love, and I've tried some face products from them, but I'm absolutely in love with their lip products. And I'm gonna show you, I have so many lip products from Lorac and I love all of them. And so to me, actually all of these might be either old discontinued products. Like, I don't think you can get these particular sets anymore, but the point of it is that if you have not tried Lorac lipsticks, like their bullet form lipsticks, you should, because I think they're spectacular. So I have a couple from the Pirates collection. I have the entire Beauty and the Beast set, and then I have I have two of the ones from the, this was like a pro little set, and I don't know where my third one is, probably in the other room. But these, they're matte, but they're creamy as all get out. And I enjoy them so much. So that was more to say that if you haven't tried Lorac lip products, then maybe you should, because I really enjoy them. And once I work through some lipsticks in the future, I would definitely buy more from Lorac, because every lip product that I've tried from them, I've enjoyed so much. Now let's move into eyeshadow, but let's start with the brand Stila. To me, Stila, the standout product that I've tried from them is their Glitter and Glows. I've tried their lipsticks, I've tried some eyeshadows from them, some blushes, but my favorite thing still is these Glitter and Glow formulas. And my favorite shade is the shade Wanderlust, and this is it right here. It's just this beautiful, almost neutral kind of shade, but it has like pink and gold in it, maybe a little red glitter, I can't quite tell. It's so dimensional, has so many different beautiful colors in it, and it's super glittery. Very, very beautiful. I'm in love with that shade. Moving into Morphe. Now I know a lot of people aren't a big fan of the Morphe brand, and I get it. I do think that they probably are overly hyped on YouTube. They have so many people pushing the product all the time that it's a little bit exhausting. And there are a couple things that I've mostly just tried eyeshadow palettes from them. But I have to say, I have the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, which honestly, it's a great palette. The quality, I actually enjoy the quality of Morphe shadows, but I'm overwhelmed by this palette because there are so many shades that are so similar, and I don't find myself reaching for this a ton. Now, had you asked me a couple months ago what was my favorite Morphe palette, I would have said this Morphe 3502 palette, which I totally get the irony here that this palette here has so many repeat shades, and that's my major complaint with this palette. But to me, I love red eyeshadow, and these red eyeshadows here are stunning, and I have such a huge dip in that one because I use it so often. Yes, so I would have said this until I got the Morphe 35M Boss Mood palette. And this is my recommendation for Morphe shadows. If you want to try Morphe shadows and you have not tried them, I've been so pleasantly surprised with this palette. This is newer to me, and this is a palette that there aren't too many repeat shades. This is more well thought out. I bought this palette mostly for these green shades because I was so drawn to these kind of olivey tones. But oh my goodness, when I was using it in my recent Shop My Stash, I used the oranges, I used the purples, I used the pinks. I'm actually wearing these two pinks here today. I'm wearing this in my outer crease. I'm wearing this on the middle part of my eye, and then I have my other favorite palette on the rest of my eye. But if you're looking to try Morphe shadows, I think this is the palette to begin with if you like color. It's gorgeous. I actually think the quality is pretty dang good to be as affordable as it is. And then lastly, let's talk about Anastasia Beverly Hills and my favorite product from them. I love so many of their products. Let me just say that high-end, they're probably my favorite brand, and the ColourPop's probably my favorite drugstore level brand. But my favorite product from ABH that I've ever tried is the Norvina palette. I love their eyeshadow palettes. They're so nice. I enjoy the quality. I like a really soft shadow. That's just my preference. Now, the Morphe ones are not as soft as this, but these are just so daggone pigmented and beautiful, and I really like the color selection in this palette. Today I'm wearing Love in my crease, and then I have the other two Morphe shades on my outer and middle, and then I have Wild Child on the inner part of my lid, kind of fading into the Morphe shades. I love this palette. Beautiful, stunning palette. Oh, it's so good. It's so gorgeous. All right, that is my 20-ish products from 20 brands in 20 minutes, hopefully. We'll see in editing how I did. Let me know what you think of my choices. Do you disagree? Do you agree? Let me know in the comments also if you've done this video, and let me know to go look at it. And that's all for today. I thank you so much if you made it to this point, and that if you watched this video and you enjoyed it, make sure you say hello in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.